So we are winding down your Jupiter-ruled Shango venerated Thursday, headed into this, thank goodness it's Friday, 12/12 on the double. This should be an interesting forecast. If you want to see the full video episode, then make sure that you are following on 222.9 the Mothership's exclusive orbit for the full video episode. And if you're too busy to watch and just need to listen, then if you're watching from Facebook, there's a link right there where you can tune in to the 24/7 groove. Let's unpack it. Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha, for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ikale if you're catching this in the evening time. Ekaro if you are catching this in the early morning's rise. As always, I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on Radio for the Cosmos 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. It is time for your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. cosmic weather forecast for this, thank goddess it's Friday, December 12th, 2025. So we got that 12/12 energy boiling down to the daily numerology of a 6. And 6 is sacred to Shango for those of us who live the Orisha life. And we know how things get when those two energies come together. Third eyes over sacred, everybody. So make sure you do something you love, something of value today, as we wind down and heat up your 12th Friday of autumn equinox and the 3rd of Sagittarius season. Tonight, the moon is waning in the 6th house of Virgo, so you want to make sure that you are kind of resting, attracting, as Oshun is the energy of allure. And Virgo's all about doing that work, putting in that work, and the moon is at its opposite. So remember that resting is work when you take that time for you. We are entering into the 3rd decan of Sagittarius season. So if you were born between December 12th and December 21st, you are actually half Leo. Hey, my favorite kind of Sag. And in the comedic way of the stars, we are still in the season of Osiris until December 18th. And in the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are in the season of the harvest of the granary until January 3rd. If your solar return is on December 12th, then happy birthday. May the ancestors, Olodumare, Orishas, all saints of your respected faith, bless you with many more, filled with Baba Ire. And Baba Ire means many blessings. But here's a bit of zodiac dry snitching for you. If you were born on December 12th, you are honest, loving, persevering, and unyielding. You are sympathetic, kind, and helpful, generous, self-confident, and you accomplish most of the things you undertake. Your happy-go-lucky manner makes you a favorite with everyone. Ooh, I like your energy. All right, other 11 zodiac houses, haterade ain't alkaline, so make sure you are showing all the Sag babies in your life some love as they turn up in their season, because you know good and darn well that when your zodiac season rolls around, you're going to want the world to do the same. So sow that seed ahead of time so you can reap it in return. And while you're at it, learn about how that Sag energy works in your inner universe. That's right. Break out your natal chart and check your placements of House 9, Jupiter, and Sagittarius to find out how that energy works in your inner universe. And if you need some help understanding these things, give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. I'll be right back with your planetary retrograde report. This is 222.9 The Mothership, radio for the cosmos. Did you enjoy what you found within I Chings and Scarlet Serenes? Then you'll love it when we sweeten it up a bit with some honey, love, and war paint. Your Fridaily blog about love at www.poeticallymused.org/sweet sacred honey gourd. That's POETICALLYMUSED.org/SWEETSACREDHoneyGourd. Why don't you meet me there tomorrow? Ashe. And we are back. So we are down to 3 planets in retrograde: Chiron, Uranus, and Jupiter. Chiron having gone in on July 30th in Aries, coming out on January 2nd, also in Aries. Now, Chiron is a planet of the shadow work, is what I like to call. It is the point in all of our natal charts that holds our deepest wounds and unearths our greatest power. That's where you find your comeback energy. And in the quasars, it was a comet that actually evolved into a planet. How do you like that correlation? And with this planet retrograding in Aries, that's the unbridled initiative, driving action, war force. So if many of you are feeling at war with yourselves, then this is why. And this is where you take those ram horns and you butt through all those old ways of being that are not serving your higher ascension. Tackle those walls of self-doubt so your spiritual wounds can turn to hood tattoos, your traumas can turn into testimonies, and as a humanity, we choose 5D elevation over 3D stagnation. Ashe. We also have Uranus in retrograde, and Uranus is retrograding from September 6th in Gemini and coming out on February 4th of 2026 in the House of Values. Taurus, show me the money. Uranus is one half of Aquarius's ruling planet, so you Aquarian water bucket head babies got one planet direct, Saturn, and one bus in a moonwalk, Uranus. And for those of us that live the Orisha life, then Uranus is connected to my Orisha mama, ye me, yo, oya, iya, me, ashe. And how so? Well, Uranus is the planet of higher intuition. And that third eye chakra is what color? Purple. What's Oya's color? Purple. See the synchronicity? And Uranus is the planet of destruction, shakeups, sudden changes, and everything that needs to be destroyed in order to build more stable structures. And who lands those tornadoes better than Mama Oya? But this planetary retrograde brings about challenges in spiritual beliefs. So, when you find yourself conflicted about the ways in which you connect with the divine, nothing is wrong. Your spirit is just being challenged to break old patterns of spirituality that are more connected to control, scare tactics, dogma, unrequited shame, so that you can live in a space of divine stability. And once the divine stability comes, the earthly stability ain't too far behind. Ashe. Last but not least, we got Jupiter in retrograde. That is busting the moonwalk from 11:11 in the house of Cancer, coming out on March 11th, also in the house of Cancer the Crab. So we got a lot of 11 energies surrounding this Jupiter retrograde, and it's bringing about a lot of emotional healing. So let yourself contract it so you can live your life on a higher emotionally aligned level. You're going to need it because Jupiter's retrograde is bringing in a lot of good karma, expansion, growth, and healing. So you got to make sure that you're not too scarred from your survival mode season to accept your blessings. And Jupiter rules all of Sagittarius and half of Pisces. So you Archer babies and you Fish twin babies are going to feel this one a little more than the other 10 planets. And for those of us that live the Orisha life, Jupiter is sacred to the Orisha Shango, bringing that heat, expansion, masculinity, and growth. So there's my planetary retrograde report. Should you need to get a deeper understanding of how these retrogrades affect you, first check for these placements in your natal chart of where these planets are. Then, if you still need help understanding it, give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. I'll be right back with your 9 for the Lovers Tarot draw on 222.9 The Mothership. And this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. cosmic weather forecast. Beam up. Yellows, golds, Venus, iiiYansaje Osun, love, sensuality, voices of the mothers. Welcome to Fridays on the Mothership. 222.9. Beam up. And we're back. So tonight's oracle is my Medicine Woman Healing Tarot deck. And we're going to do a 9 for the Lovers spread. What do we need to know about this double Sango and Osun energy coming up in our love lives? Let's just see what the tarot says. Well, I ain't shuffled like this in a while. All right. Let me do it one more time, even though it can be noisy on these microphones. At least you know the read is organic and in real time. All right. Shuffle this up some more. Let's see what we got here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. We ready? Let's do it. Your view of your mate, your mate's view of you. Oh, okay, so you think very highly of your mate, while your mate may think that you're a bit amateur in your magic. This might not be the case, but there's a reason the first 3 letters of assumption are AS and S. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because they also see you as someone full of potential, someone teachable. So on a positive side of things, this is someone who may be turned on by the idea of teaching you. Just make sure that that teaching isn't grooming. Your view of them, it's okay for you to see them as magical, but don't see them as more magical than you see yourself. Your needs, their needs. Okay, so there's a lot of pipe energy here in play and into play here. And we know Shango loves the pipes, but anyway. So this relationship is starting to feel like it's in a bit of a power trip here. Because with the exemplar of the pipes next to the apprentice of pipes, this means that you need to step more into your own magic instead of handing it off to someone else. Because with the ten of pipes inverted connected to their needs, many of you have mates that are having a lot of their problems alleviated by your energy. So you make sure you see yourself as is just as magical as you see them. Because it might even be a little swap here where you're actually the one whose energy is more potent and aligned. Because you're the one who needs to step more into your power, and they're the ones that need to release more of their burdens. Hmm. Current state of the relationship, Six of Stones. So that's a Six of Pentacles kind of energy, which is equal give and take. So there's some balance in this connection, but these undercurrents are looking like a power trip waiting to happen if balance doesn't properly come. Where you want to see it go, where they want to see it go. Nine of Pipes is where you want to see it go. And this is where both of you are kind of these warrior energies that are connecting to the spirits and elevating together. While the Four of Arrows is where they may be in agreement with you because the Four of Arrows is inverted. So they don't want to see you resting too hard. So both of you are in this energy of wanting to manifest together. This is where you two are on one accord. And that's a good thing. But I'm wondering why no cups came up in this reading yet when it's supposed to be a love connection. Let's see. Something to consider. Totem of Stones. And that is bringing in abundance, with the Apprentice of Stones being the outcome. And the Apprentice of Stones is inverted. So what this is saying here, and at the bottom of the deck, we got the Trickster, or the Devil card, inverted. Okay, so this is a love connection that is full of magic and ambition after abundance and the combination of powers and joining forces. And it's not a bad thing, but it's kind of reminding me of the Sheila E. song, The Glamorous Life. Without love, it ain't much. So y'all need to bring in more love and less power trip. And this connection can actually do better than what it is now. Ashe. There's my general message. Should you need a personal read, give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and you're listening to the forecast. Love, allure, is so much more than tawdry seduction. Oshun, the Venus Collection, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutiq. All proceeds go to 222.9. The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I certainly hope you gain some things that will help you have a divinely aligned, Oshun honey-driven Thank Goddess It's Friday. If you are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, then you are hours ahead of schedule and being energetically prepared for tomorrow. So stay tuned for my Thursday nightly vision of what love looks like, brought to you by the funky fire starter fathers of song. If you are listening at the 6 a.m. hour, then stay tuned for the rising Bimbe to Oshun before we get to the sensual and Malalas in her veneration. Either way, remember, the sky's big enough for us all to be stars, and in the words of George Clinton, free your mind, ask will follow. This is Radio for the Cosmos, 222.9. Beam up. She wants to leave a glass. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.